If you're building a business that's actually working, you know that growth can be, well, a double-edged sword. Today, we're not just going to talk about getting bigger. We are going to architect a future for your company where scaling actually builds strength, not stress.
So let's start with a question that probably keeps a lot of you successful founders up at night. As the revenue climbs, does it feel like everything else is starting to fall apart? Like you're spending all your time putting out fires instead of actually steering the ship? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you are in exactly the right place. To help us navigate all this, we're turning to the expertise of Aadesh Navade. Now, with a background in civil engineering and business, he brings this really unique systems-based logic to business growth. He specializes in transforming that very chaos we're talking about into predictable, engineered success.
Okay, first things first. We have got to understand that not all expansion is created equal. There is a huge, fundamental difference between just getting bigger and truly scaling. Let's really break that down.
So, over here on the left, you see what most people think of as growth. It's just quantitative. More money, more people, more everything. The problem? It often makes your business bigger, sure, but also way more fragile. But then, on the right, we have true scaling. This is a qualitative shift. It's about getting non-linear improvements, meaning your results grow way faster than your costs. Your company gets larger, yeah, but it also becomes more efficient and more resilient. That's the goal.
So, let's get into the root causes of all this chaos. And I want to be clear, it's not a personal failing on your part. It is a predictable pattern that shows up when growth isn't managed with a real engineering mindset.
This number is just staggering. 70% of businesses that fail while scaling don't fail because of the market or a bad product. Nope, they fail because of unmanaged internal complexity. The company's own systems, its own processes, they just can't keep up. The call is coming from inside the house.
Does this slide maybe look a little too familiar? These are the classic signs. Decisions get stuck at the top, creating those leadership bottlenecks. Your best people are just constantly fighting fires and, they're burning out. You start seeing duplicated work, a drop in quality, and the company culture starts to erode under the weight of bad communication. These are all alarm bells telling you that your company's foundation is cracking.
So how in the world do we escape this cycle? Well, the most crucial thing is shifting your entire mindset. You have to stop reacting to problems and start proactively engineering the systems that prevent them from ever happening in the first place. And this right here perfectly illustrates the core idea. A proactive, systems-first mindset means you build the machine before you need it. You design the scalable infrastructure, you clarify who makes what decisions, and you align your leaders, all before that tidal wave of growth hits and magnifies every tiny crack.
And listen, this isn't just a nice theory. The data absolutely backs it up. A study by PwC found that businesses that have a structured, proactive plan are a full 30% more likely to actually succeed. Planning isn't just overhead, it's a massive competitive advantage.
Okay, now for the really practical stuff, building what we call the scale playbook. I want you to think of this as the operational blueprint for your entire company, the master plan that ensures everyone is building in the same direction.
So your playbook has 5 absolutely essential components. First, you gotta plan ahead. Don't just set revenue goals, map out the operational milestones you need to hit. And this is key, plan for things to go wrong. What if demand doubles? What if a key supplier goes under? Second, you have to delegate. Clearly define who makes what decisions. You have to remove yourself as the bottleneck. Third, track the right metrics. We're talking about focusing on leading indicators that predict the future, not just lagging ones that show you the past. We'll get to that in a second. Fourth, standardize. Automate your core workflows. This ensures consistent quality and it frees up your team to innovate, not just repeat tasks. And finally, number 5, hire smart. This is so much more than just skills. You need to hire people who fit your culture and have that ownership mindset, people who act like they own the place.
Now, this slide highlights a really critical shift. It's about moving from looking in the rearview mirror to looking at your dashboard. See, lagging indicators like revenue, they just tell you where you've been. But leading indicators, things like employee retention or customer satisfaction, they predict future performance. They're your early warning system, giving you time to adjust course before you hit the iceberg.
This quote right here is a perfect real-world example of standardization. This agency scaled by templating their client journey. By creating a repeatable process, they could serve way more clients with consistent quality, and they didn't burn out their team doing it. They built a system for delivery. It's brilliant.
Now, the crucial point in all of this is that you don't have to figure it all out alone. I mean, building a robust scale playbook is really complex, and having an expert guide can be absolutely invaluable in engineering your growth the right way.
This is where Aadesh provides a really comprehensive, three-pillar support system to make it happen. He brings the knowledge to build your custom playbook and define the right KPIs. He can provide the manpower, stepping in to fill leadership gaps or train your teams. And he helps secure the money, connecting you with the strategic funding you need for the tools and talent to expand smoothly.
So, if you're ready to stop the constant firefighting, if you're ready to start engineering a business that's resilient, predictable, and truly scalable, then it's time to start the conversation. Here's the direct contact info for Aadesh Navade. It really is the first step toward turning those growth pains into predictable wins.
We're going to leave you with one final thought to take with you. Just look at your business right now. What is the single biggest bottleneck that's holding you back? Is it a person, a process, a piece of old technology? I want you to identify it. Because designing a system to remove that one thing, that's your first, most powerful step toward true chaos-free scaling.